Good morning.
Good morning.
This is
MorningStar.
MorningStar and White Wolf coming to you today. We're going to be having a topic that's probably not talked about as much, and this is why we're doing this. I'm going to be interviewing my lovely girlfriend about supernatural occurrences and why it's important to talk about the supernatural in the spiritual community, because it's a very touchy subject, and when you're more awakened, doing this work, you do see more. You have more visions. You're tapped in more than most people. So, and also I would like to point out that as light workers, we all have telepathy. We all have telepathic powers. And that is the purported vicarious transmission from one person to another without using any known human sensory channels or physical interactions. That's very important, because we all do that. We're all trying to connect with each other without any physical interaction or even saying anything to each other. We're just using our mind. So, the first question that I would have for MorningStar
is the fact that we're going to go ahead and I'm going to ask for God's first energy to come. Tapping into the great I am. Grounding deep into Middle Mother, Gaia Earth. Here we go. Feel that energy, and the power is already here, soaring. Sending protocols from the east to the west. Now. And as far as the north is from the south. May this be a time of blessing. May this be a time of renewal. May this spark energetic codes, energetic frequencies, the power and the supernatural power that is available to us as the light workers, the way showers. So, let's begin. Grandmother's here. Tribal Council. Archangel Michael's over there. Gabriel's over there. Oh, Galactic Council just showed up right here. Whoa, the big guys are on deck. My guys. Got some beautiful lavender Saint Germain energy flowing right now. Hi, and there's a rainbow. Okay.
Alrighty. The first question from MorningStar this morning: why is it important to talk about the supernatural within the spiritual community?
I think you already know that answer. Why didn't you answer that?
Well, we were talking in the bathroom, getting ready for this, and I did kind of answer her question for her, and she was like, "Wow, you should just answer that." So I guess this is a question for myself. It's not talked about often. I see people's live feeds, and everybody always has a good message doing this kind of work, but the supernatural occurrences are not talked about as often as they should. And I think we're doing this morning so people can talk about it and kind of assess it and kind of handle it in a better way. So when you're more awakened and you start having visions, you meditate more, more supernatural occurrences happen. You start seeing, Archangel Michael. You start seeing, maybe a galactic being. You might see orbs floating and presenting themselves to you. So yeah, that's why we're talking about this today, because when you are more awakened, you sort of, see more than most people, and people are not going to get it. So, but you get it, and as light workers, that's what this is all about.
Yeah, and it's so amazing, because in the card decks that we pull, it always says, be yourself. Be yourself. Be your true, authentic self. To the natural world the supernatural is like, what? It's what? You guys are crazy. You guys are out there. You're too far out there. But yet, in every family, there seems to be that one person that, whether they're called a black sheep, I don't agree with that. I think they're enlightened beings. It's like Aunt so-and-so. She always knows what's going on. Go talk to her. Anyway, I don't even know why I said that, but let this be a time of blessing and receiving for you. If it blesses you, share it out. If it doesn't, stop watching it. But hopefully you'll be blessed. Thank you.
The second question today is describe to the viewers and to what the supernatural experiences were like. Did you see floating orbs? Did you see a galactic being? Did you possibly see a UFO? It's a very loaded question.
Oh my God. So the supernatural occurrences started happening to me when I was a very small child. I think I was 4 or 5. And I would lay on my bed and I would just be awake. It seemed like I was always awake in the nighttime hour. And I would see these fairies and these beings. And I'd look down and all these fairies were on top my chest. And they're just doing different stuff. And they were different shapes and all that kind of stuff. So then it was like I would try to tell my parents about it. Oh, that's an interesting beat going on right now. And they were like, oh, it was just a bad dream. Oh, you're just seeing things. You know, it's all in your head. It was like, anyway. So it started at that young age. It started then, seeing things.
So let's get what is a galactic being? What did you see the other day when we were in the bedroom? That was like as tall as our room. He had like a space helmet on, like a sword. Well, why don't you talk about that a little bit more, if that's okay?
I don't know because I didn't get a name for him yet.
No.
But he was a fierce being of light. It was almost like as you go up and leveling up, it's like greater beings come in on a galactic way to bring about protection and bring about change. Because as you ascend higher and higher, you need more protection. Because the light gets brighter, right? We get brighter and brighter and brighter. And the darkness is going to get darker. So it's always a counterbalance. But please don't ever forget that the light always gets brighter and brighter and brighter. You know, one thing interesting, White Wolf, is that we looked at a picture of me the other day of younger, probably about 25 years ago. And so I zoomed in on it and it was like, look at the color of my eyes. And so at that time in my life, my eyes were a lot darker. They just were darker. And now, right?
It's like both of our eyes are actually a lot lighter.
Our eyes are just getting brighter in the light and brighter, and there's change. So it's not only change that we can see, but it's change on a DNA cellular level, which is incredible.
I mean, I can look at a picture from a couple of years ago, and I can sense a change in Jacob.
Oh, you weren't even the same person 3 years ago, 2 years ago. He showed me his picture, and I'm like, who is that person? It doesn't even look like you.
I felt insulted a little bit. This is I felt a little insulted. Yeah, I showed her a picture when I had long hair, and she said I looked like a drugged-up Englishman. I didn't appreciate that. But, hey, I don't look like a drugged-up Englishman anymore.
No.
So. A part of question number 2, UFOs. I am a big into UFOs. I'm big into the conspiracies. I know that there's life from another planet. I believe there's evil alien forces and good alien forces. So let's delve into that a little bit more.
Well, all I can talk about is my own personal journey, and I am in no way, shape, or form a PhD in anything. I am a PhD in life, and I'm a PhD in my life.
Yes.
And all I can share is from my own personal experiences with the supernatural. And what did that look like? beings when I was in my preteens. Things would fly into my room all night long. I was raised in a construction family, and those of you who have never heard my story before, they would just fly in, and I would be up all night long, maybe getting an hour of sleep, and then having to go to school and learning to function. So maybe that was preparatory for what I do now, because lots of times they wake me up in the middle of the night, and it's like I'll go build a fire, and I sit, and this is a key component. Sitting and waiting and trusting the universe and asking for God's source energy to show up in any form that they want to show up. It could be a butterfly, it could be a bird, it could be something that the moon or a shape of a cloud. I mean, to me, all things speak to me. All things. It could be a billboard. It could be anything, street names on the things. I look for signs all the time, and that is like supernatural manifestations on a daily basis. And what's awesome about that is because it's a confirmation that we're on the right track. It's a confirmation to Morningstar. And we, many times, have had conversation. We talk about something.
And it happens.
In 24 hours. In 24 hours, we'll see it.
Hear it on the radio. Something as simple as that.
Let's talk about what happened last night. Yesterday.
Yeah.
There was a bat hanging.
Oh, yes. Hanging right there.
On the porch. Just upside down. A little bat about like that. So you end up just out of the blue, you were like, I think I should pull cards.
And I did. And it happened so I learned more and more about the bat. And I pulled the bat card. So
yeah.
The fact that I just pulled that card, that's not a coincidence.
He pulled a bat card. The first ever time we saw in this new deck that you have. What is that deck? I'll go get it.
My animal oracle cards. Hope you all can see it. And yeah, I just pulled cards the other day, and I happened to just pull a bat card and learn more and more about the bat. And if you guys would like for me to read you some of what I learned about the bat, and why that card is essential.
Gotta get in the picture, baby. Gotta get in the camera.
Sorry, I was looking through my... This card suggests you open your heart and care for others close to you. Focus on communicating with love and integrity. Then ask Archangel Michael, who is in attendance with us, to help you develop telepathy, like I just talked about in the beginning of the video. And that's why it was important that we seen the bat yesterday, and that's why I learned more about the bat. So it's helping us communicating with love and integrity, and also developing our psychic abilities and our telepathic abilities. Tune into bats to download your highest potential and perhaps even a spiritual technology of the future. Perceive everything with wisdom. There is always new ways to do things, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yes, we're learning to do things anew and afresh, and we've had so many confirmations from other people and psychics in different places, and from all different kind of quadrants of our lives that we're supposed to, it was like a divine appointment that we met, right?
And we're supposed to be together.
We're supposed to be together.
She's supposed to, kind of be like my sorcerer supreme. That's the only way I can compare that to. If you haven't seen Doctor Strange, it's very good.
It's a freaking awesome movie. There's so much spiritual truth in that movie.
Yes, but I was supposed to meet her, so I would do stuff like this with her, and just come into my own and find my passion. And she's helped me do that and find what I'm passionate about. So thank you, honey.
Yeah, thank you, universe, for answering the call and the prayer of my heart to
I had a
call this one forward.
I had a feeling we were going to talk about the bat because I talked about telepathy, and that's why I looked up more about telepathy. It's like I've heard a lot of music, and I heard a song talk about telepathy, and I never knew what the hell that was. So that's why the bat card was so important for us to pull yesterday. So
it was a sign, wasn't it? It was a
synchronistic
synchronistic sign
to do this live and do this interview that I'm doing with you.
Because we were going to do it yesterday, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out.
No, I was just thinking about a lot of things. I was stressed out, so it wasn't going to be good if I did it. So, but today is a new morning. It's a new day. And it's a beautiful Saturday.
It is.
And we just had some coffee and we brainstormed this morning. So, honey, is it okay if I go on to the third question?
I don't think I answered.
Oh, the UFO. Yes.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about. So there's beings would come in my room. And then as I was growing on my spiritual journey and always having the giftings, and I would know stuff, and I would see loved ones, and I would have these supernatural experiences. And a lot of it was building trust. Trust upon trust, of a foundation of trust of what I was seeing. It was true, accurate, and I wanted it to be of the light. I wanted it to be of the light. I grew up in the church. That was very important to me, to discern and to have discernment. Now that takes me to this thing. Whew. So as I started seeing angels and these different things, the Galactic Council really didn't show up until like the last 8 years. Now, I had UFO experiences all along my lifetime. And I don't know where to go. Should I go with the UFO or go back to...
UFO. Tell them about the story about the 5 beings
all right.
rooms.
Okay, so I was in a past life. I have 3 adult children. So in that life... I'm shut this down. I can't even hear myself. So in that life, I was woken up one night and standing at the end of the bed, floating in the air. They were probably about 4 feet high. There were 5 white beings, and I knew they were aliens. They weren't scary aliens. They didn't, sometimes you see aliens and it's just grotesque. They were just beings, and they were floating there. So I went to wake up the kid's dad. I'm like, "Rah!" But right then, the one on the end, and it was important because of 5. There's always, 5 is a recurring number also in my life. The 5th one, right when I got scared and started to wake up the children's father, the 5th one projected I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, manifested a Kansas City Royals baseball cap, right? I said to the ex, oh, it's okay. They're from Kansas City. And I rolled over and I went back to sleep peacefully. I'm like, what the F?
They were just observing you. They were just curious.
I think that they were there to just let me be aware of other stuff. And then a lot of supernatural things happened in that house. I'm going to go there. So one night I was waking up and it's dark. There's like one hallway that comes down to the bedrooms. I was woken up in the middle of the night. And it seems like a lot of stuff, of course, happens in the magic hour at the 3 a.m. I see a light in the hallway, and it's glowing and lighting up this end of the hall. And as it's getting closer, the light is getting bigger. I am awake with my naked, natural eye. I watch this golden ball of energy. Like this. It was in the air, floating. It was probably about 4 to 5 feet high. It was moving slow. It slowly came into the bedroom. I'm still laying in my bed watching this happen. It came right over the bed, suspended in the air. With my naked eye, I saw this beautiful, brilliant light. And you can see the light, fractal light going all around the bedroom, right? Oh, man. And as I watched the slide and watched it and watched it and watched it, all of a sudden, it exploded. And light went all, like it lit up, like a fire, like a major firework display, like one of the big ones, right? All over the bedroom. And I was like, oh my God, I was looking on the walls and I'm like, what is happening? I'm losing my mind. But it was so beautiful and it was so credible and I knew it was a supernatural thing. And for so long, so many things happened that I could tell a couple of people about, but I really kept all of that to myself Because, you know, at that time it was like I wasn't in a tribe. I wasn't in a safe environment. You know, I would have been chastised and, you know, you're crazy. You're, you know, oh, you're in the loony bin. You need to go to the loony bin, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't ready to receive. And matter of fact, it was like, you know, I knew it was precious. I knew it was special. I knew it was weird, awesome, incredible, but I wanted to keep it to myself. And one of the things that we were shown, or I was shown, because he kind of like on the last 4 days, he's been like, "When are you going to do a live? When are you going to talk about all this supernatural stuff that is happening in your life?" And it was like it was all behind this curtain, and it was like that curtain represents a protection, because what happens when you open up that curtain? It becomes vulnerable, and sharing the vulnerability of my own self and in my own humanity. As Carla, coming into MorningStar more and more and more, and MorningStar was given to me by grandmother in the tribal council on my first Sedona retreat. So there we go.
Alrighty, we're going to progress through this interview. And actually,
I hope you all are being blessed by this, because this is kind of like, I don't know, it's weird.
no, it's not.
Okay.
And we need to talk about this more.
That's why I love him.
Because I do get her, because I understand what she experiences is real, and some other people don't understand that. But we need to talk about this stuff, because I think this is a touchy subject in the spiritual community. I think people don't want to talk about this because they're afraid of people thinking that they're crazy.
I think it's a sensitive topic with people that are just newly awakened and coming into their own, and they're like, what is all this about? You know, am I all of these different things? And I'm sorry, I am not. I mean, I know what it is, but it's like as far as like, excuse me, you yawned and you did.
I'm sorry.
Hello, raised in a barn. Anyway.
Sorry.
Okay, let's get the energy flowing with you. Sit up a little bit more. Okay.
But no. Thank you, honey.
Oh, you in trouble.
But, now,
can I interrupt?
yes, you can.
Please share your experience outside the house one day.
I was going to save this for the end of the interview, but I guess she wants me to express this. I was living in Perdido Bay, right where my golf course is at, you know, where I work at. And I lived like 5 blocks down the street of it. And one day we had a basketball goal because we'd always have our friends come over and play basketball. And I was standing out in the yard. I guess the ball went away from me. And I look out at the front of my street. You know, the garage is behind me, and I'm standing in my driveway, and I'm looking at the street. And you know the TV show The Flash? You know how he like passes through really, really quickly.
Timeline continuum, like the timeline opens.
Yeah. And it's like I seen a man or a being kind of like breach through our dimension and then going through it really, really fast. I mean, it happened like in a matter of 5 seconds. And it went super, super fast, and it's like he went through our dimension and then went through another one. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. It happened so fast that I didn't know what I seen, you know? And it's like, you know, I was 15 years old, you know, and I seen this being just pass through our dimension so quickly, so sonically. It was like in a matter of 5 seconds, and I couldn't explain what I seen. So I went inside, and I was shaken up by it. You know, I didn't know what I seen, and I tried to tell my family about it, and you know, they were like, "Well, I'm not quite sure what you seen," and I'm like, "I know I seen it. You know, I know I'm not crazy, but it happened so fast, and it's like that was supernatural in itself."
Yes. And I think that in sharing these stories is that as we start on our journey, that we build this really firm foundation in meditation, quieting down our spirits, opening up ourselves to spirit, to God's source energy, especially. It's very important to me, God's source energy in the great I am. And once again, grounding into deep middle mother guide earth.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
You know what actually yawns are? Because Amaji, who is one of my spirituals, she's like, when you yawn, what you're actually doing is moving spiritual energy. So it's okay that he's yawning. It's okay. Because he got a lot of sleep.
Hey, she said it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, well, anyway.
No.
Okay, so yeah, we probably should have a split screen next time, but we're just doing it this way right now. I'm having some troubles with my computer, and I'm not computer techie in that regard, so this is what you would get this morning, so it'll be all right.
I'm not either. I don't like computers. That's why I work outside, so.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the third question, and I can kind of, like, answer this myself, because I've had Goddess Sophia and an angel Cruabel come to me. And the third question is, did you see angels? And I will let her answer first, and then I will answer that.
Yes, angels started appearing to me, and because I was unsure of, growing up in church life, it was like, test, ask, are you a being of light? And that is still important. That's important, because a couple of times, a beautiful angelic being would appear to me, and I would look. And because we are to be as wise as serpents and innocent as doves. And it was like, something doesn't feel quite right with this one. And then the angel would collapse, and this damn little goblin about this side would be like, ugh. And it'd waddle off. And I was just like,
That's a...
and it was just like, whatever. So, and now it's just like sending it back to God's source energy to transmute and transfer all that back into the light. So just not to scare you but it's like, have discernment. Ask, are you of the light? Are you of the light? Because that's real important for me, is to be of the light. I can't do the stuff that I do on my live feeds and all of that without tapping into God's source energy and being the light. Be the light.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
Okay. I already talked about Sophia, Goddess Sophia and the Three Matings doing a surgical rebirth on me in my download, and I did that live.
It was so powerful.
I shouldn't have done that live. I was so tired, but I'm glad that you guys appreciated it. But I wanted to show you something in my notebook, and I just wanted to show you this little diagram here. It's Metatron's universal cube, and I'm going to read to you why Cruabel visited me and why his presence was so intense, like it was almost too much. So I wrote this down, and he is one of the highest respected angels. And I'm going to read a definition off to you, exalted. Of a person or their rank or status placed at a high or powerful level, held in a high regard. So Cruabel is an angel that's, he's held to a high regard. He is the principal regent who has reign over the cherubim since creation and one of the most exalted princes of heaven. Cruabel is about 7 heavens tall, with a body made of burning coals that is covered with thousands of eyes. His face is made of fire. His eyes spark of light, and his lashes are lightning bolts. So when I had this vision of Cruabel, they gave me a letter. They gave me just one letter. They gave me like an E. And I saw lightning bolts in my vision. I seen how intense his presence was. I mean, he had 1,000 eyes, and I seen him. I mean, Carlo was with me when this happened, so I mean, his presence was very intense, and he was telling me something, and he also made me learn about Metatron's universal cube. So,
And
yes.
that's really important, because as we seek to come into our giftings, as we seek to come into the fullness of what we are as ascended light beings, as the way showers, we open up and we say, universe, come and show me. Come reveal yourself to me. It could be in a butterfly, it could be a bird, it could be a cloud, be a cloud in that regard. And one thing I want to put in a shout in right now is that when the supernatural, when these beings show up, I have had experiences where I was trembling and shaking so hard that your teeth are chattering and you are vibrating at such a high frequency.
Yes.
And it's like your whole being is almost like levitating off the bed, because the power is so strong as this transformation, and it's like light surgery. And so that takes me to, there would be times that I knew that different galactic councils would show up, and then they would take me up, and whether it was to a ship and I'd be like, be put on an operating table. And I knew what it was of the highest light. And then as these things happened, I began to trust the process, and it was like, okay, I'd go to sleep, I'd lay down, it's like the stairway, it's like, okay, it's time to go up, it's time to do some surgery. And so then it was like, what happens during that surgery? It's like being transformed. What happens when we're transformed? The false narratives fall off our lives. Any shadow goes off of our lives as we soak and meditate and learn to have our being in the light. They're there. They are here to help us. They are here to grow us up. To grow us up. And some of you, I just want to say right now, there is a third eye activation. Let's take it on down. Let's go ahead and take it on down. Throats are being open right now, throat chakras. And trapped energy is released when we speak out things. Light language is very important. If you don't speak it yet, just start working with your vowels and A, I, O, U, because what light language is your spirit, your divine spirit, talking directly to divine source energy. Sometimes I understand what I'm saying and sometimes I don't, and it's okay. But my high being is talking to God's source energy. So light language is very important. So, the crown opening right now. Aqua light energy is coming in. Saint Germain. Orb energy is here right now, opening heart chakras. I'm looking over at my orbs and my things that it's like, do I go get them, or it's like, no, it's okay. And then the emerald green, Raphael, bringing out the deep things, bringing out. It's like at times we are buried in a deep, dark, rich soil, right? And things are growing and it's beautiful. Is it a cave? Maybe, but you're in rich soil. So it's like birthing anew every day, birthing afresh every day. Now, I will say this. There have been times that the energies have been so intense and the ringing of the ears and all the different manifestations that sometimes I've had to say, you know what, guys, back off. I can't handle it. And then I couldn't do like a live feed. And then I have to wait 3 or 4 days. And sometimes I get migraines because our natural DNA has to elevate and take in these new frequencies. And when that happens, it's like a total reconstruction of the DNA code, all of that. What is it called? The I'm sorry, I'm a loss for words. But anyway, it's a deep DNA source code that is through all life and in us. And so that has to be integrated into the new light frequencies. Breathe and receive.
Alrighty. Let's continue on.
Camera.
Sorry. I am sorry. I was looking down at my notebook. And
He's like all over the place today.
Yeah,
Tapped
I
in.
am.
Wake up. Lego.
Did anything you see was not of the light? How did you handle that? What did you do?
I kind of just talked about that when I said that like different angels would show up, and then I'd look at them, and then I'd look at them again, and then they would collapse, and then that little goblin thing would go off, and then I'd have to send it back to the light.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go to the dark side a little bit. Okay, so as I was waking up, I knew that when I would see shadow energy, it's almost like you look out of the perimeter of your eye and you would see something like hovering in the corner or on the side, or you're feeling like you're being watched. You might have had those experiences. I did. So anyway, it was like I gained wisdom and understanding that when those things started showing themselves up, it was actually, it scared me at first, scared the hell out of me. But it was actually, as I learned in dealing with that energy, that it was time, when they show themselves, that means it's time for them to go. So send them back to the light. Because it was, and now it's just kind of like, So it's real important to burn sage in your homes to do clearing. Put amethyst, I think it's right, pink.
Yeah.
Pink amethyst in the ground, like every so often, all around your property. You have power over your home. You have power over your life. You have power over your businesses. You can invoke and enact blessings. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go here. So I was living in a condo when I first moved to Tampa, and I was helping raise my grandchild, beautiful baby girl, like 18 months old, and so I'd be asleep. And these beings, I'd be woken up with tappings on the shoulder, and it'd be like, and I'd open up my eyes, and I'm like, what do you want? And they're like, you got to go talk to this person. It was almost like the movie with Patrick Swayze. Ghost. It was almost like that. Seriously. I'd get tapped on the shoulder, the being would be there, and it's like, you got to go find my son. You got to go find this. And man, you know what? It angered me. Because here I am, helping raise this 18-month-old child, and I told them, and I laid in bed right then, and I spoke it out to the universe, and I said, this is my home. This is my safe place. You all, if you want to get a hold of me and you want to connect with me, you're going to do it out there, okay? Not here. Not in my bedroom, not with my grandchild. That is out. So it was like learning to set the perimeters of power, protection, right? It's like a golden field of energy around your home. And it even goes into the earth all around the energy. So you set that energy field. And so I was like, if y'all can get a hold of me out there. And that's what happened. And sometimes I'd be at the beach and I'd get a message for somebody that was like 3 towels back or whatever, and I was like, I'd have my journal, I'd write a note. And you talk about awkward, going up to somebody that you don't know and just like, you're gonna think this is strange or something, but I just got a word for you, and can I share it with you? And I really never ever got a no. I never got a no. Everyone seemed to be open to whatever I mean, I don't care if it was in Cracker Barrel, people. God Source Energy, when I first started stepping out, I had to deliver messages, scared to death, knees shaking, sweating, hands even now getting sweaty, and I'd have to deliver messages in public to people that I didn't know. It scared the hell out of me. I stepped off the cliff, I stepped out into faith, and I would, and then I said, can I pray for you for whatever, and it was like, they'd let me, we would be in the middle of a restaurant, and this would be happening. Some wild ass stuff. And so you read it, and then it was like, and I would say, and like, especially the person on the beach was like, does this bless you? And then as you're reading what is being said, you always know, because your spirit goes straight to the heart. They go straight to the deep heart. And as light beings, that when we go in and we touch somebody's heart and their spirit, and you're speaking truth, and you have words that you don't know who these people are, but you get a message for them, right? And you start reading it or you speak it, and then what happens? They get overjoyed. They get overwhelmed with emotion, and deep things inside them come to the surface, because it's like they on an unknown day, just going to the beach, they had an encounter with God's source energy. And as we, as the light beings here, and as the way showers, we are representative and standing before everyone out here as the light, as the way, and sharing the message, and then they're crying, they want to give you a hug, and it's like that's how you spread the light. That's how you spread the beautiful energy. So please be open and step out in faith. If God's source energy and your archangels and things are happening and they say, go talk to this person, go do it. Go do it. If they say no, that's okay. Nothing lost. Just walk away. It's all right. Just say, be blessed, whatever, and walk away. It's okay. But the supernatural things are increasing. And someday you might come up on someone that's in a wheelchair. And God's source energy says, go pray for that person, touch their heart. Let's see what's going to happen today. I know I'm kind of took off here. I'm going to show this book. This is a very thick book. I got it off of Amazon. I was instructed myself to buy this book. It's called Mysteries, Marvels, and Miracles in the Lives of the Saints. This book is full of people, natural people. It's us in our human DNA form that had incredible supernatural experiences. Do you know that there was a nun in the late I think her early 1900s, and she was in France, and every time this nun would go into prayer and go into the chapel for prayer and doing the prayers and the vespers, as she would start to pray, her body lifted off the ground. She started elevating, and the nuns would pull her back down and hold her in place. She was so enraptured in the light, she started going up every time she prayed. These are documented cases of people having supernatural experiences by being in two places at one time. Hello? What? We know that people can bend spoons. I've tried it. I can't do it yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to bend spoons. I've tried it. But it's like the supernatural is real. It's real, and it's here to help us, to give us giftings, to do the magic, to do the work, to be the way, to be the light showers. So if you can and you want to, buy this book on Amazon, Mysteries, Marvels, and I have had some, okay, I'm going to go there. Sorry, okay. So anyway, I have had interaction with the Eastern Indian beings, okay? Shiva would show up in different beings, Green Tara, White Tara, and working with that. And as I was learning and sitting the feet at masters, I was shown one day that there are 5 beings that circle the earth at all times, waiting for people to just say a prayer. And they're there. They just go around in a circle all the time, waiting for a request so they can help. And it doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't matter what belief you are. These are beings of the light, and they circle the earth at all times. It is so incredibly cool. So just the supernatural things, call upon their help, and they will help you. And it's beautiful, and it's divine, and it's glorious. And we don't really know what the future holds, but as we step off these cliffs in faith and belief and trust, we have no idea the super freaking cool stuff that they have prepared for us since the beginning of time, right? Unbelievable, really cool stuff is coming down the pike, guys. And now what's happening? They're building a foundation of trust. They're building a foundation that we can rely on these beings. When they say to go, you go. When they say to hold space, you hold space. When they say to do these things, you do them. And it's because you had the foundation of trust. Sorry, went off on a whole tangent there. I was like,
Oh my.
Yeah.
But I also want to end on...
Drink water. Water's energy.
I want to end on this note. And this is why I talk about the inner chamber. Because I had a vision of kind of this thing. This is the inner chamber. I pull to it a lot. So I'm going to talk about me and Carla pulling the same cards, and it's her oracle cards. I'm going to end on this note. Carla's Magical Unicorn oracle cards, I happen to pull the same cards. Not like sort of, they were all the same. Believe in yourself. Definitely yes. Imagine, practice, light.
And please tell them what happened after you saw that. The symbol. What happened? Very next day at work. What happened?
I did a live.
What else happened? You took a picture of it.
Yes, I did take it. Oh, at work. Yes, I took a picture. I seen where it was raining, and in the concrete of the road, it was like there was water, and then it was like in the concrete there was water surrounding it, and then there's the concrete in the middle, and then there's the water surrounding it, and I took a picture of it.
It was the exact symbol that he was shown the day before.
And I stopped dead in my tracks, and I walked over to it, and my coworker thought I was being weird. But no, I wasn't being weird. It means I'm walking closer and closer to my gifting, so I can be a light worker. This might be my spiritual awakening. It's all thanks to MorningStar for revealing this to me. Maybe she can teach me or help me remember my mastery like the psychic said.
In Sedona, we saw this incredible psychic at this incredible crystal store. It was phenomenal. Because I was looking for confirmation. And that's okay. We look for confirmations of, is this a blessed union? Yeah. We've gotten multiple confirmations about us.
And I've discussed in my lives that we've been together in past lifetimes, and also my visions that we've had together.
And in a lot of lifetimes, apparently. We've heard, Sally Love has told us wonderful things. Michael, the night when we did the UFO tour, which was super cool.
Yeah, we should discuss that one day.
Well, go ahead, right now.
Well, I'm going to discuss the inner chamber first.
Okay.
I saw the inner chamber symbol today at my job. Maybe, just maybe, it's my guides trying to reach me, displaying that I have 2 roads to choose from, like the white wolf and the black wolf. Which one should I feed? That's powerful. And that's why it's interconnected with this live that I'm doing right now, is because this relationship is beneficial to both of us, so we can both do this together, and she can teach me, and I can find other people that do this stuff. But we did a UFO tour in Arizona with a man named Michael. And he was...
Michael Sedona. That's his name.
He
was going to cancel on us, and something told him not to.
Yes, and he is a Libra, and I'm a Libra. Him and I's birthdays are like 4 days apart. And we did the UFO tour, and she was tapped out. She was tapping into a lot of different things. I mean, he could look into your eyes and see your retinas and, tell you what they were. I mean, he was so intelligent.
He was so tapped in, tuned in and turned on. It was phenomenal.
And he told me, like the psychic did, I was, we were just talking, and I was just like, well, I had a psychic tell me that I was on the spiritual journey. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, you're already on the spiritual journey and you don't even know it yet. And he said, you have a lot to learn. He said the next year is going to be so amazing for you. And he said that you're just going to change as a person. It's going to be so wild for you in a good way.
Yeah. And then the psychic also confirmed that she said within 3 to 6 months you're going to see an absolute 100% transformation. Remember that?
Yes. And he even discussed that he was like, he could tell me what planet I was from. He said I was a Laren, And he also said that he had the whole solar system downloaded into his brain when he was only 2 years old. I mean, in a past lifetime that he was a black woman. I mean, Michael was just intelligent.
We've all had past lives where we were been male and female and different, everything. Because we have to
I
experience it.
felt like I was supposed to meet Michael.
Yeah, it was a divine appointment.
I was supposed to meet him, and
they were having a divine conversation. And then talk about the guy that we met at the bottom of the hill when we went out to
Robert.
Canyon.
Yes, Robert was a man who we went to Red Rock State Park, and he was a guy that hiked the whole trail every day,
handing out these
beautiful rock hearts.
Yeah.
And it was just he was just like, this is how we spread love, this is how we spread peace, this is how we connect with other people, this is how we get the word out. And he would hike the trail and get on the top of this peak and play a flute and say a sermon, and then she stops dead in her track and was like, oh.
Well, what happened was he'd stand on the top of the male vortex in Sedona, and he would say, "Be love, be," and he was speaking of this incredible canyon. So we had turned. I had an incredible spiritual experience there, and as I turned, out of nowhere, he goes, "Be courageous," and I got stopped in my tracks. And I was shaking and trembling, and my hands had heated up, and I had tears streaming down my eyes, because on this journey we need courage. Courage to act. Courage to believe for the impossible. Courage to do all of the things that God's source energy has for us to do. I know there's a lot of people asking questions, and I am feeling that we're supposed to answer them. Lean into that. What do you think, White Wolf?
We're going to do a separate live where we're going to do a Q&A. It could be later today, it could be tomorrow, but this is so much information to take in. I think that we should just do a separate live so we can answer your guys' questions, and then you guys can get on. We'll kind of be like, okay, this is the Q&A about the interview that happened today. So,
I think you are supposed to tap out right now, and because grandmother is she's tapping me on the shoulder, and she's like, go with it. So, all right.
Well.
Sorry, Morningstar's here. Bye, White Wolf.
But now, this is me and Morningstar signing off. But if you felt blessed today, my lovely girlfriend will put a link, and if you felt blessed, donate. Feel free to donate. If you liked this topic, this interview,
share
today,
this out, please.
Share this out. Hopefully that it will allow people to talk about these touchy subjects and, assess them, and also how to deal with dark entities. So,
yeah.
Just spread the love, and this is White Wolf.
Oh, I'm sorry. I still have to do work. I'm going to answer the questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to scroll back up. Thank you so much. I love you. Oh, my Lord. Look at all these. I don't know if I'm going to get them all answered. Oh, my heavens. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Yes, with telepathy, you can set up shields. You can invoke. This is a very powerful. Do you want to hold the camera, or you want to take a break? You're going to take a break for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, this is a very powerful thing to do, to bypass. Hold your hands like this. This is dark matter, which is not dark evil. This is dark matter of the creation of worlds and universes, okay? Sealed in God's source energy. You can do this before you do a meditation. If something is coming at you, you can do this. Focus all your energy there. Ask for the Galactic Council to come in. Ask for your archangels to come. And then it doesn't even matter if you don't know who they are yet, because they're already there. They're already there. They're like they're all over you. And matter of fact, please be blessed and encouraged to know that everybody that's already crossed over on your family lines, on all family lines, they're cheering you on. They are so excited when you are stepping in and stepping out. So here we go. And then expand it. And it sets Please watch Doctor Strange. Please watch. That is an instructional movie to tell you and to show you the symbolism that you can use to enact protocols of protection on your life. So when you see things, enact protocols. Ask for expansion. Ask for the Galactic Council to set a gold perimeter of gold and white light around you. Then you can say, anything that does not serve me be removed, and anything that you want me to know, please come in. That sets the precedence. And what is that? That's childlike faith and trust that what you're doing and what you're feeling and what's coming in before you is through God's source energy connected to the great I am, grounding deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth. Okay? There are animals that will speak to you. There are beings that will speak to you. You know, like the bat showing up, the butterfly going through. It doesn't necessarily always have to be these incredible supernatural galactic council. Yes. Do they exist? Yes. Are they here to help us evolve? Yes. But please know that in all of this, in setting a foundation, that it is the simple things. Take a walk in nature. Let nature speak to your heart. They will. They will. And it's incredible and it's beautiful. So that's a good way. And, you know, have your crystals. I use holy water all the time. If I have a disagreement in the house, clear the energy of your house. Burn sage. It clears the energy. Take baths in Epsom salts, guys. Go swim in water. Go swim in the oceans. So anyway, I don't know. Do you really want to hold that? Okay, so anyway, here I go. I hope that answers your question. Oh, thank you so much for loving our energy. Oh, yes, you love the rainbows. Thank you for the saging. Oh, Vaughn. Let's see, Vaughn. You need a personal reading. Let's see what's happening. Okay, well, Vaughn, I hope you're still watching there, and if you rewatch this. So, Vaughn, there is a lavender energy, which is Saint Germain, coming in with the orbs. I'm going to hold it, and do you mind getting the orb of the light purple energy? And as you build, you know, things will speak out to you as you were in crystal shops, and you'll pick up something, you're like, this is mine. Gotta buy it. Gotta buy it. So this energy right now is around you. I do see rainbows around you, Vaughn. There is mother energy coming in. An older woman and a younger woman. Oh, they're like, a grandmother speaks to you already. She's there. She's helping you. And there's a younger feminine energy. Oh, yeah, there's power in that. Oh, and she's your guardian angel. And the Galactic Council are wanting to take you higher. So trust and believe in your own personal process. And it's okay. It's okay. And if you question anything, just hold yourself in the utmost light. Hold yourself in utmost light. Use spray. Buy some, you can buy sage water. You can go to your spiritual store and buy. Everything is available. It's available at stores. It's available online at Amazon, eBay. I mean, and you can say, well, I question that. Well, if it's yours, it's going to call out to you. Buy it. Do it. Just do it. Buy the stuff. Here you go. Please. Thank you. So then, okay. Thank you, Vaughn. What necklaces are you wearing, brother? Vaughn wants to know what necklace you're wearing.
Oh. I am wearing a mood necklace. I don't know.
It spoke to you when you bought it.
Yeah, it spoke to me. The eagle, I touched it, and it did speak to me. It's just a mood necklace. We got it at a crystal shop in Arizona, and I touched it, and I was like, I got to get it.
So, yeah. So anything, whether it's jewelry or necklace or crystals or anything. I mean, it might be a rock. It might be a stick that you find in nature. That's yours. Pick it up. Take it home. Set it. Make an altar. Make an altar of that you can go before and meditate. And, it's just beautiful. There's so much energy around that. Yes, galactic beings are our ancestors. Some of us come from different lifetimes of being on, like I knew I was in Atlantis, and I knew I'm from the Pleiades. I am a Pleiadian, but I'm also from other. So I've also experienced dark lives and dark times and dark planets. We have to experience it all. to have wisdom and understanding. It was just part of our journey and part of our path. So, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Hippie Chick, for watching. I see you on my feed. Thank you so much. I see them all the time. The 3 beings. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Aw. You wanted blue or gray eyes. Well, blessings to you on that. Maybe your DNA will change. Yes, UFO exists. When we were on that UFO tour, I was doing my own thing because grandmother was doing, and the Galactic Council were doing something with me. But when Michael, do you want to talk about that a little bit? About the UFOs that you were seeing? Okay, so he's tapped out. So anyway, yeah. So Michael would show us what an airplane looks like, what a satellite looks like. You know, so we knew what those look like. An airplanes look like, you know, they have specific green and red lights, but then we saw other things flying in the air at all times. And it was freaking phenomenal and incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see what else is here. Yes, always divine timing. Yes, discernment and always in the light. That's it. That's where they're growing us up. Discernment and always in the light. Ah, thank you. Yes, energy. Sorry, just going through the stuff here, guys. Yes, we do have parallel lifetimes. There have been parallel things, and you can tap into new timelines all the time. Every time you make a different decision about your life. Maybe you've been on a revolving door, something that's caused harm or caused like a negative mindset. It's a revolving door. And then what happens? One day we get stopped in our tracks, and it's like, you know what? Oh, you have the grace, and it's like it's time to get off that. And when you get off that, a new timeline is created. A new timeline is created. It's beautiful. That's how you work the magic. That's how they work the magic and change us. Oh, hello from Norway. Hello. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, Gabriel Gibson. Many dreams about being on a surgery table. Yeah, let them work. Of the highest light and the highest being. Yes, and then I see golden energy around you. And the blue-white energy, which is an even incredible energy. Yeah, that beautiful pole star energy. It's incredible. Yeah, God source energy is all over that. Yeah, trust that process and go there. That's incredible. Oh, okay, how you connect with your spirit guide in meditation? Laying down, putting on calm meditation music, either a meditation that someone is taking you through, or just putting on music and asking for your archangels to show up and to just tapping into God's source energy. I do this all the time. I say, you know, archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse my aura? And they come and they do. I do that on a daily basis. I do that, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. We don't know what kind of energies we connect with when we go out to Walmart or go to the grocery store. You know, and so it's always a clearing. It's a process. We are energetic beings. And so we come up against stuff, or we come in contact with stuff. So always working and keeping as much as possible of being in the light and being in the love. So in connecting with your spirit guide, just quiet your spirit down. Ask for your archangels to show up, call upon God's source energy, and then wait. There have been times that I have waited on a beach. I'd go out when I first moved to Florida, and I'd be out there 2, 3, 4 hours, just being very quiet. And I would just wait for maybe one word, one sentence, one phrase. And those sentence and a phrase and one word would carry me through. And then there were other times a being would show up. You know, when you watch movies like Contact and that one scene with Jodie Foster when her dad is walking, you know, guys, that stuff's happening for a reason in those movies. Do you think that it's just Hollywood and blah, blah, blah? No. God's source energy and his ultimate highest wisdom connects with us through everything. And I don't care if it's a movie, I don't care if it's a billboard. Those who have ears to hear will hear what Spirit is saying at all times. I don't care if it's Lion King on a Disney movie. Rafiki, are you kidding me? Hello? Rafiki? Simba? Yeah. It's the simple things that are the most powerful. Watch those movies. Open up to Source. Allow God's Source energy to speak to your heart. Okay, we're at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. So I'm going to say a prayer. Ata Oshotiti Apa, holding you in the highest light of love, purple energy, star, blue light energy. Oh, it's coming out right now. Oh, I can barely open my eyes. I invoke the highest light of God's Source energy to come and bless your life right now. To walk in highest light in the great I am, tapping deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, setting protocols of protection around your life, golden light energy, the blue pole star. And that's what happens when power shows up, at least for me. All right. Blessings to you this day. MorningStar, love you so much. Peace out. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please share.